Here's what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes for me.
Oh, good for you.
No.
Batman played the Joker better than the Joker ever played the Joker.
I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand that
And
sentence
then-
is confusing. What he's doing is appropriate for the character. And again, he has to bring it back down and be vulnerable sometimes.
Was Willem Dafoe even real?
I don't know. That's true.
I stomped the dog and stamped the homeless
And he
man.
almost killed the cat. Welcome back to another episode of our Versus series. Today is all about Christian Bale, one of the greatest actors of his generation, and dare I say, one of the greatest actors of all time.
Batman.
So today, we're going to be talking about two Christian Bale movies. The way that our Versus series works is that we both recommend each other a movie. This one is actually pretty unique, back to the way that we used to do it, because we used to recommend each other movies that we both have not seen yet. Well, you know, I would recommend you one that you haven't seen. You recommend me one that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So same here. That's what we're doing. I've never seen, I have to take a look to the side. I've never seen American Psycho, and you've never seen The Prestige, right?
No.
Oh, we're going to get into it. We're going to have some fun today, guys. So let me go back into my announcer. To your right. Not your right, they're right. Representing the blue corner, just Gabe. I'm just Gabe, no nickname. But to your left, representing the red corner, representing American Psycho, the reigning, defending, movie versus fights champion of the room, Mr. Me. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm ever going to get tired of that. Actually, the fact that you're a champ and have a nickname and everything, I think you're kind of the favorite.
AEW should sign me, dude. Will Ospreay didn't even have a title coming
Why do you
in.
got to bring that up?
I'm just saying. I'm coming in hot already.
Okay, so for those unfamiliar, our Versus series is going to consist of 3 rounds that are tailor-made for these two movies here. So round number 1, we're going to go ahead and talk about which movie is the most fucked up, because both these movies are pretty crazy. We'll get into that in just a bit. Round number 2, what is the better Christian Bale performance? And round number 3 is going to be which movie had the better twist. Now, I came up with these like after watching after watching both movies, because I like to have these rounds tailor made to both, without thinking. Like, I come up with these without thinking, like, which, because I'm not trying to win. I'm not like, which one's gonna benefit mine more. So I was struggling with the third one, and after watching American Psycho, I was just like, oh, this has a big twist in it too. I was like, perfect. We're gonna talk about the twists. So
The second one might be the hardest. Second round.
the better Christian Bale performance, yeah, sure is. But I have my answer. But before we get into it, we're going to talk about the movies, like a quick little review where we, especially since, you know, they're new to both of us. I mean, I've never seen American Psycho. I have seen The Prestige. You vice versa. So we're going to have like a quick little review discussion on both of them, like how we feel, general thoughts. And that segment will be a little something I like to call the tail of the tape. Now, right before we get into it, one last thing. Of course, we appreciate any likes and comments. That actually pushes the channel and the video to new viewers. So it definitely helps more than a big channel. We definitely appreciate it. Comment your thoughts on both of these movies. Anything else we'd like to address before?
That's it. It's the same actors.
What do you mean?
Batman.
Christian Bale?
Yeah. He brings his same homies along.
Oh, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Well,
Did he direct these?
Christopher Nolan only directed The Prestige. I don't know about American Psycho. A better host would have had that information for you. That's my nickname, the host. The host with the most. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
So we're going to get into my movie first, because I've been yapping and I want to hear you talk. So the movie I recommended to you was The Prestige. I really wanted you to see this. I saw it for the first time last year when we were doing our Christian Bale movie. Or I'm sorry, when we were doing our Christopher Nolan movie review, like, or ranking going into Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So yada, yada, yada. Go watch that video. Augie, what did you think about The Prestige?
I liked it. It was the battle between Batman and Wolverine.
I know, that's the first thing I thought of too.
Batman and Wolverine. I liked how it gave us a little bit in the beginning and then it was like a mystery movie. Like it gave us pieces here and there, and it put the movie together almost.
It's like rearranged, and that's
Yeah.
what Christopher Nolan does. He can't tell a linear story. It has to be like, watch
He has
this
to move that
part,
shit, huh?
now flashback to this part. So it's a little confusing at first, right?
Yeah,
You're like,
and
where
then-
are we?
And then I would say I got it down. Like
Okay.
after a little bit, I was like, you know what? I think I know what the hell he's doing.
Which one?
Uh,
You just say the actor's name because I don't know
Christian
their names
Bale.
either. Okay.
Christian Bale. I figured out. I thought I figured out what he did, and I still have questions at the. Oh, I guess I can ask him, huh?
Yeah, right now we're
If
just
I
talking
can-
about whatever we want.
If I can.
Oh, and I should have said this. The one thing I missed after talking for so much, we're going to spoil both of these movies. That's your warning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like how they were both. I like the whole movie basically because it was like that's how they were with music back then.
Okay.
Like Mozart and all that
Yeah.
shit. They were trying to figure out your shit. They would steal your diary, or your your diary, and they'll
The
find
little
out your notes
rivalry.
and shit. And I thought it was gonna be like that, like little rivalry. And then I was like, wait a minute. They said that his daughter was gonna be an orphan, so this dude Wolverine has to kill his wife at some
Oh,
point.
so you thought it was going to be like, I mean, it does get pretty violent, but never gets to that point. Well, it does get pretty bad.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, he's gonna kill her at some point.
Yeah.
But no. But then something happened mid movie, and I was like, I think I freaking know what's going on. I was like, I think I know.
With Christian Bale's.
And this is my question to you about Christian Bale. This is the
Okay.
only thing. I have two questions one for each movie.
Shoot.
But this movie, did he said they switched roles, and I know he explained it because he said which one they loved and all that
Right.
shit. Who is the Christian Bale that we followed, or is it
Both.
it's both of them, right? They
A-
switched on and
And
off.
I wanted to
Because-
start off with a little quote because the movie starts off with, well, one of the first scenes with one of the wives, the first wife that we meet from Christian Bale. I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names. But anyway, quote, she says, once you know, because they're talking about the trick.
Yeah.
So she's like, once you know, it's actually pretty obvious. And I feel like that's Christopher Nolan like winking at us because this is the second time I watched it.
Yeah.
You can tell which one's which. And to be fair, like compliments to Christian Bale, but at the same time, when one of them's being an asshole, that's the other brother.
Yeah.
That's the one with Scarlett Johansson, the asshole one.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you could tell because I was saying the way that he acted with his wife, Christian Bale's
Yeah.
wife, and the kid. I was like, oh shit! And then sometimes he'll
Yeah,
act
he was-
completely different, and
Right.
I was like, he said that's his whole thing is that he's dedicated
Right.
to the role. So I was telling Mitzi about the hand thing. Supposedly a magician back then,
Right.
Real shit. Stuck a knife through his hand multiple times until it went all the way through.
Oh,
And
I
then
have
he'll
heard
put
this.
wax, and then he'll put the knife through, and then that
Right.
was his trick. But he was dedicated to that one trick.
Yeah, this time around, I appreciated it more because Christian Bale, like, yeah, he's very dedicated to what he's doing, or the two brothers are. But when he's explaining it to Hugh Jackman's character in the beginning, when like they're both not cool, but like partners, whatever,
Yeah,
on the same team, and they're talking about like that one magician who like pretends he's crippled,
yeah,
where he's just like, yeah, like that's dedication. And he's just like, that's how like you can get out of all this. So like he's doing it like to become rich and famous and get out of poverty.
yeah,
And then Hugh Jackman's character just wants the prestige.
Yeah.
His whole obsession is just like he wants to be the man, not in the box, one outside the box, the one that the crowd sees.
Yeah.
And he explains at the end, like, oh, you don't get it. Like, it was about the looks on all their faces. Like, I love that they had two different motivations.
Well, the other one always had the money. It seemed like, but then Christian Bale came up.
Right.
He was slowly coming up.
Oh, it's so freaking cool.
The asshole Christian Bale lived then, right?
No, he died.
He's the one that got hung.
Right.
Okay, because
As far as I know, because I haven't looked into
I
all
thought
this.
the asshole one lived
No.
because
Because he tells...
because the good one, I thought the one that liked the daughter and all that,
Yeah.
he was in jail, and the asshole one got out.
No, so...
But I did think for a while that he found someone that looked like him, not a clone.
That would have
Not-
been too
not-
simple, though. Especially for like a Nolan movie. I was just like, that's not it.
No, what I was thinking is he found someone that looked like him, and then he played the guy behind the scenes, the dude with the beard and all that.
Right.
And then he gave the other guy, he's like, you get all the glory. I'll stay back
Okay.
here.
So it's
So-
like the dichotomy of like what Hugh Jackman wants to prestige. He doesn't. He just wants.
So I thought they were gonna hang the fake Christian Bale, and then the real one was gonna come out. That's what I was thinking. But they're brothers.
Okay,
right?
let me ask you this: when did you get the twist when it was revealed to you about the brothers? We'll get to Hugh Jackman's character in a bit, but for Christian Bale and the brothers, when did you realize like, oh, they're brother or they're twins?
When he started acting mean to the wife.
Really? Because I honestly didn't get it until they revealed it.
I was like, either he's getting too big to where now he's into drugs and shit, but it was on and off. So I was like, does he like freaking Scarlett Johansson and all that? And then I was confused with her a little bit because she was like a triple agent almost.
Yeah.
And then even the other dude, freaking Alfred, freaking Batman and Alfred, they took out Wolverine. But
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, he was like a triple agent because I was like,
well, that's because he saw his friend turn like he was so far gone. It wasn't even the guy that he knew anymore because he didn't like to play dirty, and then he ultimately like the dirtiest of all of them.
But here's the crazy thing: is that who tried to kill him then?
Tried to kill who?
Or no. I guess not. Who tried to kill him? I guess he had to play it out, huh? Because they figured out his trick, but.
Like, what do you mean? Who tried to kill who?
I was going to say Christian Bale ran down.
Oh, okay.
And I was thinking Alfred, he set him up. Because then when he came down, he pushed him and said, what are you doing? So I was like, you twisted it and now.
Right.
And then, because he was surprised that he was alive too. So I was like, all this, you're going to get away with it. He's going to go to jail. He's going to think he still killed him. But then when you see the end and then you see he's doing the bird thing, that's another thing that stood out.
All right, let me stop you.
It's the bird thing. Stop you. Well, it's because I watched a lot of the magician shit.
No,
so well,
this is why I wanted you to watch it because we could legit talk about just this movie for like 60 minutes.
For a little bit, I thought it was gonna be like now, what's it called?
Now You See Me.
Now You See Me, where he actually knows magic.
Yeah,
because he couldn't figure his shit out, and I was like, maybe he doesn't have a double, dude. Like maybe he is like freaking magic, and I thought the machine was Christian Bale's, but it was actually Wolverine's, like
Hugh Jackman. Call him Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Well, I keep wanting to call him Batman.
Yeah. Batman and Wolverine. Let's respect them. Hugh Jackman. Jackman and Wolverine. Jackman and Bale.
He might be Batman, and he might be Wolverine.
Okay. I got lost somewhere on this thread. I was going to comment on something. You just went on a long tangent. I love it though.
Shit.
So let's get into Hugh Jackman's character just a little bit, and then we can move on. So are you a little confused on what happened to him at the end? Like what was happening with him and like all the clones?
No, until they showed it.
Okay.
That's why I said he's doing the bird thing.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want to kill the birds. He wanted to find the safe way. And it's like, nah, you can't. You have to. If you want to go like this, the disappearing man and shit.
Right.
He found a way to do it. And I like, that's the only weird thing of this movie is that it made a clone. Nikola Tesla made like a clone machine.
Right.
Which is pretty badass.
That's the Christopher Nolan in it, where it's just like, let's get a little weird.
I'm pretty sure there's a deeper. He's probably tried to work on that. There's probably rumors. I don't know about Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it's around this time. I was like, this has to be like freaking 1800s because he's like, they have power? And I was like, oh, shit.
It was such a cool moment. That shot with all the hats because he's just like, oh, like what have I been paying you for? And he leaves all mad.
Yeah.
And he goes down and he hears two cats, and then he follows the cats, and then you see two. And then you see all the hats. And at that moment, I was just like, oh, he's cloning himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what do you do with the clones? Like, is he killing them? Like, I put his together before the big reveal. I did not put Christian Bale's together before.
I figured out his after when he's like, you can't be back here. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like,
it was cool how he had like the blind assistant so nobody can see what he was doing. Like, even disposing the body, the blind assistants would do it. So cool.
I like it. And technically, in a way, he's killing himself. He's freaking...
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like he wouldn't even harm a bird, and now he's so far gone that he's legit killing himself. And then he even said when Christian Bale's like, "You don't know sacrifice, like you cheated," and then he's just like I made sacrifices of my own. Yeah. He's like, I didn't know when I went in there if I was going to be the man in the box because he said nobody cares about the man in the box, but the man in the box is drowning. So I didn't know if I was going to be the man in the box or the prestige, and that's crazy to think about because it is you. Like when we first see, or that's when they reveal that he's like, he shot the first one, the first clone. But the clone is just like he looks at the gun too, like he knows where it's at because he is him. So he keeps all the thoughts and everything. And she's like, no, wait, and then gets shot. So you would assume that the one that gets cloned, well, maybe not, because maybe the camera was playing with it. Like, maybe. I think the whole point is you're not supposed to know, because that's the whole theme of his story of just like whether he was the man in the box. So the one that died, or the man with the prestige and got all the glory. So the one that lived, it's just so messed up. But we'll talk more about that later.
And then he came to America, became the showman.
Yeah, the greatest showman.
He changed his name, but I knew it. I was like, at first I thought Christian Bale, whatever his fake, like, I was like, his fake is gonna get hung in jail, and then Christian Bale is gonna be this Lord something that's buying all the stuff to be like, look what I showed you. But then it wasn't. It ended up being Hugh Jackman. So I was like, that's another twist right there.
I just want to talk about one more element, and then we have to move on. Both movies are surprisingly funny, but this movie is hilarious every time because there's a lot of coincidence in this movie, and that's okay. I'm not gonna judge it for that. I'm like, oh, you happen to pick him. When they were picking help. Oh, you happen to pick Hugh Jackman. Oh, you happen to pick Christian Bale. It was hilarious every time there was a reveal. Like the camera would like pan up, and they'd be wearing a disguise, a mustache or something. When it always looked like that, which was funny. It's like, how did you not notice? It's just Christian Bale with a goatee or something.
Yeah, that show's funny.
Mm-hmm. All right, ready to move on?
What I will say is, in the beginning, his wife did tell what's his name to tie that knot, huh?
Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up during your little tangent. She did. But
I want to go deeper on this then. To go toward his character, do you think he was probably sleeping with her too?
No,
because everybody ended up liking him. Like,
no,
like even he sent the other girl.
I think that was just a little character trait where she was just cocky because she's like, oh yeah, I can get out of it. So
okay, because she's the one that taught them the trick, huh? Because he said someone taught me this trick a while ago.
I don't know if she's the one that taught them, like that group of people, because like they're with a bunch of other magic people. But what I wanted to talk about with that scene is later on. Remember when the brother goes to the funeral and then Hugh Jackman's asking him, the Christian Bale brother. At the time, we didn't know it was the brother. It was just Christian Bale. He says, what knot did you tie? And then he's just like, I don't know. He honestly doesn't know because he wasn't the one that did it.
Yeah, he's not the one that's supposed to be tying.
So he's being honest. He's like, I don't know.
He just tied something, huh?
Well, it wasn't him. It was the brother that did it. So he didn't do it. So he doesn't know. Okay. Yeah, he literally doesn't know. So he can't like open up and be honest. Yeah, because he literally does not know. And that just eats up. And I was like, how do you not know? So good. I was saying, if you watch it a second time, it's even better because you're just like you can decipher it, and that's what I heard going after. So I saw it the first time, blown away. And then I went back and watched a bunch of reviews.
Inception too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, look it. You have to see. That's what I was saying. You have to watch this movie a few times.
Yeah, and this one and like Tenet are probably the two biggest examples of that. Maybe Memento.
I want to see it. That's the one where you die, huh?
Yeah. Wait.
You die.
Maybe. I don't know if that's the point. I mean, it's the one that goes backwards in time. Okay, moving on to the next movie. The one that Augie selected, Mr. Miyagi over here. American Psycho.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. I liked it. I didn't love it. And that's all because of the ending. Because it was like so ambiguous. And like the movie ended. And then I was just like, huh? Like, did I miss something? Because I didn't think it would be as simple as like it's all in his head. And we'll get into that in just a little bit. I rewinded it. I watched it again. And I was just like, okay. Like, I see what they're doing here. Or at least I think I see what they're doing here. And
so then you have the same question I do then.
Shoot.
At the end, is it all in his head? Or is his lawyer that good? He is in Wall Street. Now,
my first reaction was I thought the lawyer was like helping him out and like they cleaned out the apartment and all of that, or like they knew somebody, something like that.
Yeah.
But because I went back and rewatched it, but even like the first watch, some weird shit starts happening. Like it starts from when he is killing the prostitute and his old friend. Because I was just like, oh, like that's weird. We just have like an old friend out of nowhere. Didn't think much about it, but I was just like, that's a weird way to introduce that character. And then, because even like the prostitute, that was the second time we seen her. So like there's some history there. And, it adds tension to the scene and all that.
He does call himself Paul Allen, the guy he killed.
Well, hold on. Because I just mean like the when it starts getting weird, when it starts getting like a dreamlike sequence. So that night he starts chasing the girl and she's pounding on all the doors and nobody's coming out, nobody's screaming. He's chasing her with a chainsaw and nothing comes out of that. I was just like, okay, that's a little weird.
I figured maybe up until she's all the way at the bottom, maybe it's just they're so rich they're probably not even there.
Maybe.
Because he lives like at the top. Like,
but yeah. And that's the thing is like I'm trying to rationalize it too, but I'm just like, whatever. Yeah. But it is weird. Like it's standing out to me. And then he starts getting to the police chase and now he's just shooting everybody. And then he starts shooting at the cops and they blow up. And even him, he looks at the gun like, that's not what guns do.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so is this, and that's when I started thinking like, is this a dream sequence right now? Or like, is this all in his head? Is he going to wake up? And then he admits to his lawyer and everything. And quick sidebar, by the way, I'm surprised he was cast as Batman and not the Joker.
Yeah, I was gonna say after watching it again, I was like, he should be Joker, even in the new shit.
He even reminded me of Jim Carrey in some scenes, like when he's all dancing.
Yeah,
we'll get into it. 'Cause I didn't love the movie. I love Christian Bale in this movie.
Yeah, I think if he wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
But to answer your question, I think the movie sets itself up like it's a dream sequence.
Yeah, it's supposed to be weird, huh? It's supposed like it came out in 2000, but it's supposed to be like in the 80s. But like it's supposed to be like a horror.
I think it takes place in the 90s. But whatever, yeah,
it's supposed to be like a horror, like.
And I was surprised with how funny this shit was. I didn't realize it was a dark comedy. It was a satire on like Wall Street and just.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be some kind. That's why I asked because they're all on Wall Street and they're all like big time people. So it's like he even says who took the Rothschilds like freaking.
They mentioned Ivanka Trump in here.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, don't the Rothschilds like own the world? They say like
I don't know,
like the Rockefellers.
I was about to say, isn't that like Rockefeller?
But that's what I'm saying. There has to be some hidden message here, where maybe that's what Wall Street guys do. Maybe they freaking go all crazy. They kill escorts and shit.
And like it's poking fun at and satirizing like those type of people. They're so rich. That's what I'm saying. This movie is hilarious because one of the scenes that keeps coming back up, or one of the bits, is the cards in slow motion. Like check out my new card, and then
card.
It pops up. Yeah, like it shows like it's so like something like as trivial as that. Like they care about that.
Yeah.
They don't care that he's admitting to killing all these people. They care about this stupid shit and like themselves. Like they're so self-absorbed and everything. And I realize that that's what the ending is and the commentary. Now the first time, that's what I'm saying, it ended, I was just like, what did I miss? I went back just to hear his monologue again, and he was saying how like even though he admits it, like nobody cares. Like it's about how you present yourself, not what's inside that matters.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay. I guess like I know it's based off a book, so maybe the book hits harder. Yeah. But apparently, so then I looked into it because I was like, why didn't that hit for me like that? And the directors say that I guess it's like a failure on their part because they wanted to leave it open and ambiguous and like, oh, was it a dream or did he do it? Yeah. And they said that he did do those things, but like maybe some of them aren't true.
That's how I felt like when he ran around shooting everybody.
That was
when he runs around and shoots him. He goes out the back door and then
it's a loop.
He runs around and then the guy's sitting there again and then he's like, and then he signs his name. So I was thinking some shit like even when he's at the bar and he tells the girl and she turns around, he's like, I want to kill you.
Right.
Like, I want to stab you in the neck.
And you see, and he keeps saying stuff like that and nobody listens to him or they mishear him. Yeah. So like, he's trying to admit it and like nobody cares.
That's why I thought it was real.
Yeah.
Because certain stuff happened, like when the girl said she had to go to the hospital.
Right.
Because he used the hanger and all that shit. And then she's like, I can't freaking go and all that. And then he was calling himself Paul Allen, the guy that he killed.
Right.
But I was like, maybe his lawyer heard that shit. And then he freaking, like, he's like, I'm a good ass lawyer. Like, better call Saul shit. And went over there and cleaned it.
Yeah, I was just like, is this going to be a Fight Club thing?
That lady was weird. When he went in there and she's like, who are you? And then he's like, oh, I'm someone.
Yeah, and then she's like, leave and never come back. So when that happened, I was just like, oh, is she covering up for him? Like, are they covering up for him?
That's why I thought maybe he's really doing this. And now that the lawyer cleaned it up for him, if he did, now it's making him actually crazy because he's like, did that happen? Like, he was already crazy. Like, to us, he's crazy.
Right.
But now he's starting to actually go crazy because he doesn't know what's real or fake anymore. He's like, but I think certain parts are real, certain parts are fake.
And the assistant, like, he does have a relationship with her, not like a romantic one or anything, but I'm saying, like, he knows her, and maybe she did come over that night. And that's the thing, is like, maybe
that's what was pretty crazy too. He sent her home, and it was like, of all the people, he's like, if you stay, I'm freaking I'm gonna kill you.
He had the nail gun. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, this movie is actually hilarious because he's trying to find like a weapon to kill her, and starts off with like a little knife, and then he finally reveals a giant nail gun in the back of her head.
Well, he gets the knife. Based on the conversation they're having, he's going back and forth because he gets the tape and he's walking toward her, and she says something. He's like, "Oh, I just need to tape something." He puts it away, and then she says something else, and then he has the nail gun next.
Yeah,
he's like, he switched it. He's like, "I'm not gonna tie your ass up."
But yeah. I like I said, I really love Christian Bale's performance in here, and I really think he sells it. There's like rumors that they're gonna make a remake of this, and after seeing this movie now, I'm just like, how? Like, I understand, like, it's not like you could do it, and you could have different commentary.
He had that like Full House energy,
like Danny Tanner, or what?
Like just the way they're all poppy and like you know what I'm talking about, like when they walk in a room and shit. But I think he was supposed to do that because I feel like the other thing, the American Psycho thing they're doing, is like him every day. He's like, I put moisturizer. Like, he has a schedule.
Yeah, and you see, like,
and then he goes to work, and it's like everything is like detailed. So
exactly.
It's like, who's crazy?
And that reminded me of Fight Club, which you haven't seen, right?
No, well, I know
the gist,
and I've seen the scenes and shit, but I've
never
like
seen the point of it is, and the point of this, that's why I'm bringing it up. Is that like it's people that are tired of living in a box and living like the day to day, like the office job, you know, like you just want
Batman Joker.
So it reminded me a lot of Fight Club in some parts like that, but the most he felt like Batman to me. Not that he has to, but I was just like, oh, Christopher Nolan picked them from this movie. Was in the beginning when he's like peeling that face off. Because he's describing how like he puts that face on. Yeah. Like metaphorically to fit in. Like he's like tired of fitting in, you know?
And good movie. He even tells the girl too, he's like, I'm trying to fit in.
Right.
And she's like, what are you trying to do or some shit?
Oh yeah, was she asking about his job or something like that? Or?
Oh yeah, she's like, why don't you just quit? And he says, I'm trying to fit in.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying too. I was like, it's like
Dexter.
It's like we're the crazy ones because he's like, I'm trying to fit in with you guys. Like your work schedule, all this other stuff. Because he doesn't care about any of that. He just like, he just likes himself so much, and he likes killing. He's like the evil Dexter.
Right, yeah. Like Dexter's only kill bad guys. This guy, and how he would like pray at night and everything. It did remind me of like, it's like Batman and Joker had a baby, and it was this guy.
Yeah, I for sure the homeless guy he had to kill.
No, he didn't. He picked on him. No, he could have just walked by.
Not like he had to kill him. I'm saying that wasn't fake. Like he had to kill that homeless guy.
Well, that's the thing is like. Once you introduce that,
he got pissed at the card. He got pissed that guy had the card, and then he was walking, and then that's when he's like, he took it out on him.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
But that's the thing is like when you have a narrator that you can't trust, and like our narrator is Christian Bale, like is it all real or is none of it? You know, like it's weird to pick and choose like what is real. But I think that's the point of the ending. So hey, maybe they nailed it. Maybe the directors are too hard on themselves because they think that it's a failure that it wasn't ambiguous enough. Like they think that. The general thought is that it is a dream sequence, all of it.
I think you can go both ways.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
You could even go as far as saying everything happened, and then that last thing I think was a dream because, like how you said, he started shooting at the cops, like the old lady when she told him something, to when he runs out the back. I think that's a dream. But when he comes back around in the circle, and then he's back in there, I think it's not a dream. I think because he actually did call his lawyer, and he actually is crazy, like has this like thirst for blood because the assistant finds the notebook and he draws all. She finds all his drawings, maybe based off the drawings. And then he even drew in front of his wife, in front of Reese Witherspoon. He drew how he killed the girl with the chainsaw the night before on the napkin, and it's just there. Like she doesn't acknowledge it or anything. He says something. He's like, "It's not enough red or some shit." He says, "Oh, I don't remember." Like he says a little, like he comments on his thing, but she's never paying attention. Exactly. And again, that's satire and commentary, and that's what this movie does a really good job. And there's something with him breaking up with her too. That whole scene is like, it's weird too. It's like it's a little weird because like that, he was drawing the shit, and he says like, "There's not enough red or whatever," and she's not paying attention, and then that's when he starts saying shit and all this, and I was like, "What the hell?"
I have something else to say about him, but I think I'll talk about it on the performance category. Anything else you want to touch on, and just generally that you don't think we'll touch on in rounds 1, 2, and 3? So we're gonna talk about the most messed up movie, the better Christian Bale performance, and the best twist.
I guess Batman's always on top. Just he killed Joker.
What do you mean?
He did. Batman played the Joker better than the Joker ever played the Joker.
I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand that sentence is confusing.
And then no, they'll get it.
Okay,
the ones that get it will get it.
Okay, fair enough.
And then Batman goes and he did what all the other Batmans couldn't, and he killed the Joker. He straight out killed him.
Now you lost me.
He killed him.
Okay, I forgot it. Yeah. Jared Leto's in here.
So this is just a Batman. These are all Bruce Wayne's.
Oh yeah,
spread out.
The intro when it started, I was just like, "This is the Dexter intro." I was like, "But Dexter came out after. The Dexter ripped them off."
That's what I was thinking.
And then it showed the cast. It's Christian Bale, which is the guy we're in it for, star of the show. And then it said Willem Dafoe, and I was just like, Willem Dafoe's in here?
As soon as when he walked in, I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Anthony's probably gonna like this shit."
Green Goblin, look at that.
Green Goblin, look at.
So now let's start the official fight. Ding ding. Round 1. What's the most messed up movie between the two?
American Psycho on that one.
Okay. And why is that?
Just the killing, the drugs. He's crazy. He's on Wall Street.
This is, by the way, the third Wall Street movie you've recommended in this series. What's up with you in Wall Street?
It's not with me in Wall Street. It's up with them in Wall Street.
That's 3 out of 10 you've recommended that are Wall Street. But anyway,
that's 3. Wait. That's 3 Wall Street movies where no one said, "Hey, let's go check out what the hell is happening on Wall Street."
Until the end of The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, until the end, and they're like,
but anyway,
yeah, that one I feel like everything that his character does in that movie is freaking. It's crazy. Like
I think on the surface, I think most people would probably agree with you that have seen both of these movies, but for me, it is The Prestige. Because look at, because it's messed up because there's blood and everything and it's so in your face, but think about what happens in The Prestige. Think about just what Christian Bale's character has to do, the 2 brothers and the sacrifices they have to make just for the commitment of this of their job, their career. They drive one of the women so mad that she kills herself. She hangs herself. So it's not just affecting them; it's affecting other people. But yeah, the psychology of it, the long game of it is messing with them. And then Hugh Jackman's character and how messed up he, his whole situation is with killing himself over and over and over again. He did 100 shows. He's killed himself a lot of times. He was
scheduled for 100.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know if he actually finished some.
He did a shitload though, because there was a lot of boxes at the
end. Yeah. At least 20. That he had to constantly kill himself. For me, it's more the messed up psychology of it.
Yeah,
where I'm just damn, you guys drove a lot of people freaking crazy.
I stomped a dog in my movie.
That's true.
I stomped a dog and stamped a homeless
and he
man.
almost killed the cat.
He was gonna feed it to the ATM.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I say, because at least yours is a revenge story. It's 1-on-1. It's just my shit to your shit,
but it's a dream sequence, or we don't know.
I will say what Christian Bale did in Prestige is pretty crazy. How you're saying that shit.
Yeah,
the other ones are just revenge. You messed up my trick, I'll mess up your trick.
Right.
But you took it crazy because your wife died, and he didn't kill her on purpose. I don't think he killed her on purpose. Maybe he did, because he told.
Are you talking about in The Prestige?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. She killed herself. You're talking about the first girl. Hugh Jackman's first girl? No.
But
that was a complete accident.
If we say, let's say he did, right?
Why? Why are we going to say that?
There's 2. One of them could have been nah, I'm not with that.
No, because he wasn't evil. He was just an asshole.
Well, that's why he sacrificed her to set off, I'm independent now.
No.
I'm starting to do the
now
bullet
you're
catch.
making a new movie.
No, I'm saying he could have killed her, but after you said the whole thing about he doesn't know and all that, so.
I'm thinking now. I'm kind of thinking about turning your side. But the thing that hurts that side now is that we don't know how much of it was a dream. But I guess that doesn't really matter because the point is like how messed up is the movie, and the way I see that is like when you're watching the movie, how much messed up shit happens. But American Psycho, I'm telling you, it's funny. Like sometimes, like during the death scenes or the killing scenes, they were meant to be comedy. Like they were funny. Like when he pulls out the gun, when the guy's like, "Oh, you're supposed to check in," and he's all panicking, he pulls out the gun and shoots him. Like I was laughing at that part, which I'm sure you're supposed to. But yeah, I just think the psychology of the Prestige and like what it was doing to not just them but like the other people, was pretty messed up. So I don't think there's any way you could go wrong with this one. I don't think there's like an obvious answer.
Well, that's how I felt about the second one. The
next category.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to round 2. Which movie has the better Christian Bale performance? Go for it.
This that's why I said it's gonna be hard on this one. Cause
yeah, no, I agree. I went back and forth, but I have my answer.
Because it's like if American Psycho is filmed to be that way, with him acting like how he's acting, where he's like trying to be all, like, I guess he does like music and all that shit. But
we're gonna talk about the music stuff in this segment. We'll get into that. That
shit's crazy. But then it's like on this one, on the Prestige, he has to play out like 3 characters basically. Like he has to pretend he's somebody while pretending he's freaking somebody.
I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another
having
dude.
A double.
Yeah.
And all that shit. So it's like this one's hard.
And what's your final answer?
I want to give it, if it was just based on characters, I want to give it more to Prestige because what's his name?
What's performance? So like strictly acting. Like who do you think where did Christian Bale like show off his stuff the most? What were you most impressed by? I love how you're like, I'm going to start this because I thought you're confident with your answer.
Well, I want to go American Psycho, but because my other answer is solid on my There's no, my other one's solid on my third round. My shit's solid.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes for me.
Oh, good for you.
No, I was going to say, just imagine what's your answer. Just first thing comes to mind. Close them. What do you see?
It's because I'm stuck on Christian Bale, and it's more the other people. William Dafoe. I like how he kind of knew, like he knew, but he didn't know. So then it's weird.
It's the best Christian Bale performance.
So okay, so before I go there, this is gonna set it right here. This is gonna freaking pick it right here. Was William Dafoe even real? Was Willem Dafoe even real?
I don't know.
Because now, if he wasn't real and he just has a fake person walking in and he's just talking right there.
Well, again, it's not the best like character. It's the best performance. So Christian Bale's acting. So whether any of that's true or not, like Christian Bale, we're talking about his performance.
That's what I'm saying. Him performing a crazy person. Yeah. Like acting like it's freaking. Then I would pick that because the Prestige is just.
Well, either way, whether he's crazy or not, the performance is the performance. We saw him do that.
Yeah, because the Prestige, I feel like Hugh Jackman. I feel like it was his movie, so I feel like I barely got any Christian Bale in this one.
Really?
Like, I wanted more.
That's interesting because I do think like they're co-leads. Like we follow because every time something happens over here, we go back over here. Like it's just back and forth. Yeah.
Maybe because it was Wolverine's story. It's Hugh Jackman's story, but
I think it was both. I mean, it ends with Hugh Jackman being the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like if you want to talk about whose movie it is, like it's Christian Bale's the hero.
That's why I would say
quote unquote
his act. That's why it's like Hugh Jackman is pulling me for the acting right there. If it's all of them, I'm going for Prestige. But if it's just Christian Bale only, then I'll go American Psycho. And that's what kind of, because it's like, because he's acting crazy. Like he's acting crazy, but he's freaking.
Yeah. No, I agree. I told you the only reason why I like that movie as much as I do is because of Christian Bale. So I agree. I'm giving it to American Psycho as well. I just love the journey he went on to get there.
It's because when you said what's the better Christian Bale performance, I got thrown because I was like, okay, now it's just Christian Bale only. Yeah, and to me, like that movie is only as good as it is, and it is iconic. So I think it's only as iconic as it is because of Christian Bale and that performance. But I was gonna say the best acting in the whole thing, I think, is Hugh Jackman.
Really?
Because you see
that's
him
high praise.
Because you see him go from a good guy not wanting to kill things to where he said by the end
he's so cold at the end, like just his performance.
I see you're not scared to get your hands dirty. And he's like, not anymore.
Yeah, he's done.
He took his daughter. Like that whole thing is crazy. Like, so Hugh Jackman, he won the. He beat.
That's the winner here. Round 2 goes to Hugh Jackman.
round 2, just sidebar. Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, dude.
We should just do that because again, the points don't matter anyway by the end. But anyway, I'll just give just a little bit more.
But everybody in Prestige, even what's his name? He tricked me. I thought he was betraying. I said Alfred's a triple agent. Black Widow's like a triple agent. But if it's only one, then I'll go American Psycho. But
so Christian Bale is incredible in American Psycho. Just the range of emotions he plays, because he has to play the lunatic, which he only gets to do so often. Because like his whole character's a lunatic, I get it. But sometimes he's scared of what he can do. Like he has to like play this like sensitive role sometimes. Sometimes it's just crazy, just this maniac, and he's just doing way more acting. And I don't usually like giving it to like whoever. Because, like, sometimes, like, the Oscars, like, the best actor, they often say, like, this is, like, a thing. I'm not saying that I created this, but I feel the same way. Like, online, people will say, like, it's not the most acting award, it's the best acting. And what it means by that is just, like, just because you're all crazy and zany doesn't mean, like, oh, you're the best actor. Like, you just did a lot, But I don't think that's the case here with American Psycho. Like, what he's doing is appropriate for the character. And again, he has to bring it back down and be vulnerable sometimes. Like, sometimes he looks like he's on the edge of just, like, killing himself. Like, when he's breaking up with Reese Witherspoon, he's just like, I'm out of here. Like, he's freaking out.
Oh, man, he keeps turning around.
Yeah.
He's like...
But when you make this dark comedy and it involves the main character killing people and killing women... and you make me laugh, that's credit to the director, but also to Christian Bale. And let me tell you the hardest I laughed. Because throughout the movie, before he kills somebody, he'll talk about music. And I don't know if that kind of covers the theme. I was having a hard time like remembering what he was saying before he would kill them. Like, I don't know if it had to do with the reason why he's killing them, Yeah. But anyway, he would talk about the artists that he's playing. Like, he'll play some song. Oh, you like music? And then he'll put like
Houston shit.
So he does 2. He does Jared Leto. He does somebody else. And then on the third one is when he's with 2 girls, but for the second time, the friend. It was like during like that when he starts being like a dream sequence. We think. But let me pull it up right here. So he's trying to get the 2 girls to make out, and then one of them. One's a prostitute, one's an old friend. And the old friend is just like, oh, I've never hooked up with a girl. Like, I'm not a lesbian, or like, I'm not like that. And then it just cuts to them making out. And it's just like a close-up shot. And then it slowly zooms out. And then Christian Bale's just sitting, and he's just like, did you know that Whitney Houston, and as soon as he said that, I started cracking up laughing. I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
It's freaking music, huh?
Yeah. So again, just how you can make those different elements in that kind of movie work, like easily for me, I was just like, I'm giving it to American Psycho.
You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that William Dafoe was fake.
Willem
Dafoe.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think he was fake because I think he was getting paranoid that maybe I left my CD or some shit.
Yeah, because there was a CD thing. So I see what you're saying.
So then he came up with an illusion of a cop coming and like, bringing him a CD and all that, because nobody knows he likes music. Nobody freaking knows. Like,
but let's go ahead and get to round 3. Which movie had the better twist?
The Prestige. Because
why?
Well, American Psycho, I've had the same question I have now.
Yeah,
it's still to this day. But the Prestige, I like the twist because it was like 3 twists. That's why I said I even made one myself where I thought Alfred was the bad guy. Like.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say what they are. So, American Psycho's twist is that, like, it's ambiguous. Like, is this a dream? Is it not? Like, it makes you question the whole movie.
Is it all in his head?
This one, it has 2 twists for the 2 main characters. Excuse me. One, I think the big twist is that it was a twin brother the whole time. That's, like, the big one, because, it has a whole reveal. He comes out of the shadows and shit. But the other one is that he's been killing himself the whole time. But I don't think that's a twist. But yeah, we'll include it here.
It's just there's a lot of twists in that movie. Like even little ones. Like in the beginning, he
Christopher
literally
Nolan,
tells
man.
him. He tells him he has a double. Leave it alone. Make your own shit. And then he keeps diving into his shit. And then later it twists. Now he keeps diving into his shit, and he's like, I should have left it alone.
Yeah.
And now he's dead, and now he's freaking in jail. So it's like the twist of it all. And then he became him. They switched. Like they switched roles by the end of the movie.
Oh, okay. The two leads.
The two magicians and shit.
So my choice for the best twist is also The Prestige, because again, the first time I saw it, it's so obvious the second time, and I can see why people would see it the first time. But it got me the first time. I was just like, oh shit, he's been a twin this whole time.
Yeah.
Because I think by that point, I'm just so invested in what's going on, where I'm not trying to break the movie down. I'm just fully immersed. Like, let's go. Whatever comes my way, comes my way. And at that point, I'm more invested in Hugh Jackman because he's making clones and killing himself and shit. But that reveal and then him coming out of the dark. Well, first the ball comes out and then he catches it. He looks up and he just gets shot.
Yeah.
And he sees Christian Bale. And I was just like, at that point, I'm rooting for Christian Bale because Hugh Jackman's evil.
I wanted Chris. I was like, God, he's gonna get hung and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's see how he gets out of this. And then
He's so likable.
When he said abracadabra, I was like, oh shit. But then I remembered he did bounce the ball to him at the end, and he got it and looked at him. But
because
that was the best disguise.
It's so cool. Like again, we could talk about The Prestige for an hour, and I would love it. But he has such a cool line when he sees him in jail when Hugh Jackman goes to see him, and he's just like, oh, like they flatter you with all those chains. He's like, I know you can't do any tricks without that ball. Yeah. Like they set it up, and that's why when the ball comes and he grabs it, he just looks up, and then boom, he gets shot.
And I liked when he was buried, and he's all alive. He's like, you can dig quick enough.
Yeah, he's like, how fast can you dig?
He's all digging all fast.
And now you see, and then later on when he's all mad at the dinner scene with his wife, and he's just like, oh, like not right now, and he's just like, I almost lost something that I really cared about today. Yeah. And you think like he's talking about like a girl or something, or that, but you realize like, oh, that was his brother, that's his twin brother, and he almost died. So yeah. Watch it a second time. I'm not telling you anytime soon. It took me forever to get you to watch it once, but eventually watch it again, and then you're just gonna see like, now that you know the trick, now that you know the magician's trick, the magician being Christopher Nolan, it all just like you're just like, oh shit, like that's that brother, you know. Okay, final answer. Which movie did you like more, Augie? No, as a matter of fact, I'll go first. Yes, as a whole. Everything together. And once again, like a show we used to watch, Whose Line Is It Anyway? The points don't matter because this is all just opinion and just feeling. I guess we could just run through it really quick, actually. Round one. Let me go back, actually, and pull out my notes. Round one was, which one was the most messed up movie? I picked Prestige.
American Psycho.
Round two, better Christian Bale performance. I picked American Psycho.
American Psycho.
Round three, which one had the better twist? I picked The Prestige.
I picked Prestige.
So I have Prestige up 2-1. You have American Psycho up 2-1. But again, points don't matter. I'm going to go first because you went first, all these other ones, and I think it's pretty obvious by how I talked about both movies at first that I'm still picking The Prestige. This is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies, like top 3 for me. And
over Batman?
Over 2 of them. I have The Dark Knight, Interstellar, and this one. Top 3. But yeah, this movie, it's so like it's so cool, first of all, but it's also like nerdy, and I love it. Like I love how it mixes science and magic together, and like they're both like the same essentially. But the rivalry, and again, like the big reveals every time of just like how they're messing with each other. And the different disguises they have on and everything, like they're messing with each other, but also, plotting. Yeah. They're plotting against each other, but then also like scheming to, become famous and everything. And again, the rivalry, the different characters that are involved, the twist, the science of it, not real science, but the reveal of like all the hats and everything, and like, oh, he's a clone, and how well both of these characters by the end, and how one completely turns evil, and then you end up rooting for the guy that was an asshole at first. Like it's just so good, so many cool elements. The way that Christopher Nolan tells the story, love it. American Psycho was really good. Didn't love it, but I liked it. If I had to give a final rating for both, Prestige 9 out of 10, American Psycho 7 out of 10. 6. Not that it, like it's bad or anything. It's just I want to start using my 1 through 5s more because everything on my list is 7 and up. I want to start going lower on my little barometer. So I want to give it a 6. Not the school scale. It doesn't mean that it's a D. It just means that I like it enough. Would I watch it again? Yeah. If someone else wants to put it on, I'll be like, yeah, let's watch it. But I probably
all the memes are
all the memes, yeah. But Christian Bale's performance in there, 10 out of 10, and that's who the man of the hour is. So, once again, Prestige is mine. Augie, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to pick the Prestige too.
Woo! It's rare that I get you on these. I think this is barely like the second or third time that I got you to pick my movie. But go ahead, explain yourself.
It's the bee's knees. I would say I give it a 9.
That's high praise for you. You don't call everything the bee's knees.
I give it a 9.
Okay,
Wolverine
that's
and Batman,
good.
dude. It's hard to get a crossover.
No, legit, like 2 of the best actors of this generation. Like, I didn't. How many Hugh Jackman movies have you really seen besides like Wolverine?
Wolverine.
Besides
Wolverine. I'm going through them. X-Men, whatever ones he.
No, well,
I
just mean the character Wolverine. Take him out.
What movie was he? He's like a.
He was in The Greatest Showman, but you haven't seen it, right?
That one. He's in another movie where he's like a regular freaking.
He did Prisoners. That's where Jake Gyllenhaal, like, they steal his kid.
No, I didn't see that.
No, he's really good in that one too. But my point is, though, is that you haven't seen a lot of Hugh Jackman movies, right? Because, like, honestly, neither have I. Like, I've seen Prisoners. I've seen. I don't know. I don't want to go through his whole catalog. But point is, like, we're definitely more familiar with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And you even said, like, Hugh Jackman just kind of stole the show in that one.
Yeah, and the Prestige, yeah.
But what else do you like about it? Why do you like it more than American Psycho?
Just, it had more of a story. It had more of a story, had the twist. I like the magician shit. It's like, specifically, I can tell you specifically all the stuff I liked about it. The way they were doing the tricks, they were hiding tricks and shit, buying them, selling them, was like
yeah, like how dirty it was.
Music back then and Beethoven and all that. If you've seen those movies, John Glenn and shit.
John Glenn?
Yeah, in the music class, that's where I saw him. Mozart and shit.
Oh, you mean at our school, John Glenn?
Yeah.
Is that what you
Mozart. They killed Mozart. They overworked his ass to kill him because he was a threat in music, how much music he was making and all this shit. So while he had the flu or whatever it was, they told him make a song so crazy that I wouldn't be able, like, so crazy, and he made it. He didn't finish it. He died. Like midway, I think his son finished it, the Final Symphony or some shit or whatever.
I really hope you're right on all of this information.
I am right. I don't know which one it is. The Symphony number 5 or whatever it is. If you hear it, you'll know what it is. But he never finished it. He died like mid composing it. So he was
in the record studio.
Shit. And imagine this: the basic shit you died from. He couldn't even give her CPR. They didn't even know CPR back then. She drowned.
All right,
but I like the Prestige. American Psycho, I liked it. I still liked it I hadn't seen it from way back then.
Well,
I'll give that one a 7.
I was about to say, what would you rate both movies?
I'll give that one a 7.
American Psycho. Oh, and then you did say 9 out of 10 for Prestige. Okay, very good. So your winner for this episode's matchup.
Oh, good for you.
Give me my belt. I'm going to wear it right here. All right, my friend. Now, last time we picked the next category on our Adam Sandler video. Check that out. We picked this category, just randomly put it together because I wanted you to see The Prestige. So you matched me with the Christopher Nolan movie. Is there anything you want to show me? Like just anything off the top that you can think of? Or do you want me just to pick like a genre and then we go from there?
Whatever. You can even pick an actor.
Well, we've been doing that.
I just don't know what movie you haven't seen.
Well, again, it doesn't have to be something I haven't seen. It could just be like, I really like this movie. I want to watch it again. Like, I want us to review it pretty much. Because that's kind of like what this is. This is our way of like reviewing it, quote unquote. Like, for example, first thing that I was thinking of is like we could do animated movies. Because we have done 2 actors in a row. I kind of want to change it. Because it doesn't always have to be actor.
Yeah.
It could, if we like doing this.
You've seen all the animated movies? You've seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
I've actually never seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You want to do that? Well, dang, let me think about an animated movie that I want you to watch.
Have you seen WALL-E?
Yeah.
I've never seen WALL-E.
Oh, you've never seen WALL-E?
I've seen parts, like, but I don't remember. Like now, I don't remember. At the time, I did when it was out and like on Instagram, Facebook, and shit. Facebook. That's how long ago that shit was.
Oh, I'll give you a pound. I was giving you a. I know. Hell yeah, Meta.
I changed that.
I was gonna say Mark Wahlberg. Freaking what's his name?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. Hell yeah, Mark Wahlberg. Let's do Mark Wahlberg movies. Right there.
Like, you should have seen back then when Mark Wahlberg made Facebook. Ton of grandkids and shit.
Social Network.
Like Mark Wahlberg did that shit. He did everything.
All right, I have my movie. So you want to lock in Cloudy?
Yeah, because it's a good movie. You seen Ratatouille?
I've seen every Pixar movie.
Ratatouille's Pixar.
Yeah. Every Pixar movie.
Bullshit.
Everyone.
You haven't seen the one that's coming up that the critics seen?
No, that's not how that works, first of all.
Oh, crazy.
But anyway, I'm picking another movie that I've been wanting you to watch. This one is very recent. It's Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh, the newest one?
And I'm telling you, it's a lot better than you think it is going into it.
No, that one I wanted to see, but doesn't the other one connect with this one?
No.
It's just his story?
This is just a standalone. Just watch this one.
I like the Shrek timeline. Shrek or Panda.
That was see, I thought you were going to say Panda when I said animated, because you had mentioned Panda the other day, and I thought, oh, he's going to say let's watch Panda. I know you haven't seen it, but still, you could pick it.
You haven't seen it either?
No.
Which ones? Any of them?
You want to randomly pick? Let's watch the third one.
No, I'm just
jump in there. No, I haven't seen any of them. I was going to leading up to Kung Fu Panda 4, but I didn't have time. I don't have time to watch movies anymore. I'm spending too much time talking about movies that I can't even watch them anymore. Yep.
See, then you're lucky I haven't watched those movies. I'm gonna watch all those movies this week, dude, and you're gonna be booked.
But yeah, so that's our next matchup. Library? The Librarian?
No, I'm gonna call you Library.
Library?
Library. Because you're about to be booked, dude. You're about to be booked, my guy. I'm gonna watch Godzilla, and then I'm gonna watch Godzilla, and then I'm gonna watch Iron Claw, and then I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch Chocolate Factory right now.
It's just Wonka.
I know it's called Wonka,
but I've heard you call it so many different things. You called it Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory. You called it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now you just call it the Chocolate Factory.
Call it Timothy's Chocolate Factory, dude. Timmy's
Chocolate Factory. So that's our matchup. Next time we're gonna do animated movies. That's gonna be the theme. You're locking in Cloudy still?
Meatballs.
We're locking in Meatballs versus Puss in Boots. Meat versus Puss. Let's go. All right. One last time. If you made it this far, you like us, so leave a like, comment, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you have any thoughts on any matchups going forward, any like that. Like if you have any genres, like, oh, I want to see you guys talk about sci-fi. Just let us know. Like, subscribe, share, comment for sure. That's the one. That's the one that drives traffic. But anyway, Augie, any last words? Meat and Puss.
Meat and Puss, I guess.
And until next time, peace out.
To the Cody Crybabies. I changed it to freaking